Australia was never high on our travel list, and as you'll see, that was a huge mistake. Today we are exploring all the top things to do in Sydney while of course sneaking in some local Australian food. Australia is 35th on our journey to 50 countries, and it did not disappoint in the slightest.
We've been quite confused actually, like who gets to walk on these, if these are biker only, but we asked someone. And I guess you just have to look at these signs on the ground and they'll show you like if bikers and pedestrians go together on the same side of the street. Everything's just so confusing. So there's these awesome like pirate looking ships or old style sailing ships just in Darling Harbour where we're starting this tour. Just gives kind of an awesome look to the Sydney skyline. I feel like today everything is going to be awesome just because we've never been to Australia, and this is actually our first time, I guess, besides Canada, in an English speaking country that isn't the US. We're now at the National Maritime Museum of Australia. It's huge and it's right in Darling Harbour, so.
Yeah, it's pretty much everything in this area is overlooking the harbour, which is beautiful.
What an epic bridge, eh? It's so pretty. Looks so old too, and it has all these cool looking flag things. We're gonna walk right under it. Gorgeous day. Everyone's been telling us, oh, you got lucky with the weather today, Mike.
This place is just truly gorgeous. The buildings, the water, it's amazing. And you just basically can walk all the way around the harbour.
We're in Darling Harbour, and you are my darling.
Oh.
This is your harbour. You should call it the Rika Harbour because you're such a darling.
Nice one.
Thanks. That was one of my better ones, eh?
Uh-huh.
What do you say we get some brekkie now?
All right, I'll look up best cafes in Sydney.
I think Australians say brekkie for breakfast, right?
I'm gonna go get some brekkie.
Some brekkie. Australians, please forgive us. We're delirious, jet-lagged tourists who love your accent.
We're walking past Tumbalong Park, which looks like a pretty epic concert hall outside. A lot of space to run around.
Yeah, do you wanna go run around? I've never seen a bird like that. What in the world kind of bird is this? Look at that long beak. That is so interesting. Isn't that crazy? So we wanted to go to Harry's Cafe de Wheels, which has a little booth in the Darling Harbour sort of park area.
Yeah.
But it says it opened at 10 a.m. and now it's like 10:05 or 10:10 and it's still not, there's no signs of life whatsoever. And so instead we're gonna go to MACCA'S, as they call it down here, McDonald's, and just see what they have in Australia. And then we're gonna go to a different Harry's Cafe de Wheels later to try some Australian veggie pies.
Pies.
Yeah, all sorts of pies. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can get my MACCA'S app.
Alrighty, let's try it.
Got the big brekkie at MACCA'S.
All right.
Australia, you might as well just give us a citizenship now. So the big question, what is Australian McDonald's like? It's kind of funny, we like never have McDonald's in the States. I just thought it'd be kind of fun, and because Harry's is closed.
Sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin from MACCA'S. Tastes the same.
Same?
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Egg and cheese McMuffin? So impressive they can make things the same way and be across the entire world, you know? You guys see that? It's missing a leg.
It's scary.
Jeez, yeah, these goals are no joke. Kangaroos that just jump around in Sydney?
I doubt it.
I really want to see a kangaroo. Is that crazy? Maybe there's koalas in these trees too. I doubt they're in the city, right? The cons of only being here for 2 days, right? Australians, do you guys like your motorcycles or what?
We are now at the Queen Victoria building, which was built in 1898 as a celebration of Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee. But what it's known for now is it's a huge mall. It has a lot of shops and things, and we're gonna go check it out. Right when you get into the Queen Victoria building, there's Haig's Chocolate, which is an Australian fine chocolate shop that's been around since 1915.
Yeah.
I give you guys plain milk and dark to start off with.
Okay.
Okay.
Chocolate.
Okay.
And then dark chocolate.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Look at these. He gave us free samples up at the counter, and he gave us milk chocolate and dark chocolate. I'm gonna try milk chocolate. Fine, chocolatey. Let's try the dark chocolate. I like the dark chocolate better. It's a little bit more bitter, which I appreciate. This is like really, really sweet, but I like a bite to my chocolate.
Milk and dark. Even that teeny bit is so creamy, it like fills your mouth. They're both so good. Why is that so good?
It's delicious.
It's always crazy to me that they have stores entirely dedicated to meat.
Oh my. This whole building's so luxurious and ornate. One thing I find fascinating about this mall is the stained glass elements. They're everywhere and they're so beautiful.
Totally, that's something you usually only see in like a cathedral, but it's that quality of work and it's everywhere. And it gives, I just love stained glass because it gives everything such a cool, colorful look. Fun stop. I mean, it's free because it's a mall, and then you can get free samples and stuff. And it's just beautiful. Fancy clock. They have the day of the year, the day of the week, a cool map of Australia, and the time's actually accurate. Look at the little soldiers up there too. So neat.
Yeah, and then right like across from it, they legit have like a tea room where you can sit in the middle of the building and just have tea and biscuits and all the things.
Skin fade.
Awesome.
135 bucks. It's 100 USD.
$100 haircut? Can you guys tell me in the comments if you've ever gotten one? Because
Yeah.
I'm really curious.
At True Fit and Hill. I bet it's worth it. I mean, it's gotta be worth it, right?
I feel like it's gotta be, right?
The art of Dr. Seuss?
It's a Dr. Seuss gallery. It looks so cute.
Hello.
Nice, how are you today?
Amazing, how are you? It's easy to forget how many like iconic stories he wrote, you know? Super cool. He's American born, but I guess he spent a lot of time all over the world. And he's famous in Australia too. 4,380. I feel like we have that in our budget, right?
Welcome to Sydney Town Hall. It looks beautiful. Victorian architecture, very beautiful, ornate, and it's got a clock tower at the top.
Yeah, no way Australians are forgetting the time with all these clock towers over there.
Seriously.
We're now walking on St. George Street. It's like a poppin' street. It seems very businessy. Everyone's like dressed all nice.
So my baby cousin Isla's favorite animal in the entire world is koalas right now. And so I got her a little koala that says I Heart Australia at the back, a little jacket she could take on and off.
What should we name him?
Ozzy.
Ozzy?
Yeah, Ozzy.
Guys, we see the Opera House. Over. We see the Opera House. We have a confirmed visual on the Opera House. Opera House.
We are standing in front of the Sydney Opera House, the most famous thing in all of Australia, the thing that you think of when you think of Australia, and a staple of the Sydney skyline. It's unreal to see such like a well-known thing that you see in pictures, but in real life, you know?
Look at how big that cruise ship is. The Carnival Splendor. I asked someone it's going to Cairns, which is a different city in Australia. Oh, you know, no big deal. There's nothing important in this picture. Okay, if you're freaking out so much, you might as well subscribe. Did that? All right, now calm down. 3 fun facts about the Sydney Opera House. Number 1, it is covered by over 1 million tiles. Number 2, the tiles were made in Sweden. And number 3, it is 51 years old, was opened by Queen Elizabeth II in 1973. It's so neat to see it from different angles because the light kind of hits it in a different way, it reflects a different way, and there's just so many different shapes. Like, it's not a regular cube, obviously, like most buildings, so there's a lot of different perspectives.
Look at this, guys. You can see people who are walking up the bridge right now. Pretty sure it costs like $150 a person, but if you are here and want to do it and are like, we're only here once.
And aren't afraid of heights.
And aren't afraid of heights like me. You can do that.
When people said, oh, you can go on the bridge, I was like, oh, why would I want to go on a bridge? But now I get it. You go on top of the arches. Okay, so we're not on a tour, but we're inside the building.
Wow. You can go upstairs and there's like a little gift shop, a cafe.
The place is huge.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many different theaters there are here. Like, it seems like each of those domes you see is a different one.
It's huge, way bigger than you think.
It is. Crazy story is the story of the construction of this place. I guess it was beset with architectural difficulties and like problems, and they had to start over at some points. And it went 15 times the original budget, and the original architect eventually resigned, and it was this whole thing. But then when it was finished, it became the landmark that it is today in Australia.
Now we're taking a quick walk through the Royal Botanical Gardens to get to our next food spot for lunch. So beautiful here with all the nature.
Look, it's like a boardwalk with the Opera House behind us. And then trees and peaceful, no bikes, just walkers. So nice. Look at how big that tree is. Dang, Australia doesn't mess around with their tree size.
Yeah, there's so many different types of trees in this garden as well. Such variety, such green. It's so pleasing to the eye. It's like the blue of the water and then the green of the garden.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
No litter anywhere. Wow, look at that lighting, guys. Very clean, beautiful city.
I have no idea what this tree is. Let me know in the comments if you do.
Yeah, it looks like a pine tree, but then it's in like warm climates. Okay, just for Harry's, we walked a whopping, what, 30 minutes in the opposite direction of our hotel. Just because the other one was closed. This one's open, and we're gonna get some Australian food.
Woohoo! And then could I do a meat tiger pie?
Wow, look at that. Do you eat Harry's pies a lot? No. No?
I won't be able to fit through the door if I do.
Oh, yeah. So an Australian meat pie, I got the vegetarian one, so it just doesn't have meat in it. It is a hand-sized pie containing gravy, sometimes onion, mushrooms, or cheese, and it's often consumed as a takeaway snack. And this variant of the standard pie is often considered iconic. We got these from Harry's Pies, and there's like a ton of famous people who've been here. Prince Harry, Elton John. I'm pumped to try this. I guess I just dig in, eh? Oh my gosh, absolutely phenomenal. Just check that out. A heart attack for a meal, but like so delicious. That's what's inside. It's like a mix of, I think, more potatoes, carrots, zucchini, just a bunch of vegetables.
I actually got the meat version of the tiger pie. Let's try it. Delicious, creamy, savory. Meat is so tender. Love it. 10 out of 10.
There's just meat in there and gravy, eh? You see that stingray?
Yeah, this one.
That is wild, just a stingray.
I know, only in Sydney.
Alrighty, well that wraps up our one day in Australia. It's like honestly funny saying, it's like if someone went one day to the USA, you know?
Yeah, and even though it's just like a tiny, tiny, tiny drop in the ocean of what this whole country is, it was amazing. We had an awesome time.
Yeah.
And we're excited to come back.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. Take care, guys. Peace out, bye.